As I said last week, I'm back for more Fionna and Cake. After the interesting place the last episode left our characters in, I was pretty hyped, and I was admittedly looking for some new favorites this time around since I wasn't crazy about episodes 3 and 4. Here we have Destiny and the Winter King, two episodes which revolve around a pretty similar idea, being Fionna, Cake, and Simon traveling to a new universe to search for a crown that could help Simon become the Ice King again. This seems fun, but coming out of these two, I realized I don't actually have much to say about either. With my last video on Cake the Cat and Prisma the Wishmaster being only 7.5 minutes, I thought I might not even make this review because it'll almost certainly be even shorter. But the people love me, and I'm a hero of the people, so it's time to listen to my opinion again. Let's start this review, which will be spoilers as usual, with Destiny. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. This is my least favorite episode so far. We start off with a cold open of a family driving in the night when they're suddenly attacked by Ice Finn from Adventure Time's Farm World, and as soon as we cut to the present, we quickly realize that that's where this entire episode is taking place. And while I've always thought that the Farm World episodes were overrated, it's an Adventure Time reference, so I'm going to point at the screen like an idiot. This place as a setting is exciting to me. But after Fionna, Cake, and Simon walk around for a while and kill Chuskus again, we're brought away to a cabin where we meet grown-up non-Ice King Farm World Finn, which is a mouthful, but I don't know how else to say it. Listen, I've vibed with all of the older versions of Finn, from Obsidian to Together Again to literally this show, but I kinda can't stand this one. I did a little complaining about pieces of Prisma's episode feeling ripped out of a different show, but Farm World Finn is just not Finn. I get that he's haunted by the crown and all that, but he's simply not a fun character. I think the moment I realized is when he gets angry at the dinner table, smacks it, and instead of saying, "You crud muncher," or something like that, which is what I expected him to say, he says, "You're a damn fool." Like, what is this, fucking Wolverine from Logan? Who is this guy? Is this how Farm World Finn always was? I haven't watched those episodes in a while, so maybe I forgot, I don't know. What I do know is that tone for this episode is very jarring and weird. I hope this problem doesn't come up again, because it's definitely less fun when Adventure Time is less goofy. Even in moments of sadness or shock, they're still able to throw in a mathematical every once in a while, and that's just noticeably missing. But anyways, Finn also has like 4 kids, but only one of them is important, being Jay. Jay is the one who helps Fionna, Cake, and Simon escape the town after they destroy a bunch of shit again, and the Destiny gang from Adventure Time Farm World episodes really hates him. It's revealed at the end, though, that he has a forbidden love story going on with Little Destiny, one of the Destiny gang members, and all that's fine, it works enough, but if I'm honest, I just don't find myself invested in Jay. Sure, he's only a 1-episode character, but the very next episode will prove that those can be great, and I can definitely remember many times throughout Adventure Time where I became attached to characters after just one. I think the problem with Jay is that he's not that charismatic. He's a little too normal, and so he doesn't exactly stick out in scenes. If he had a more defined personality, this plot could be the saving grace of the episode. I don't know. I just think that with double the runtime of a usual AT episode, they could have figured something out. Not bad, though. Honestly, the actual saving grace of Destiny is the characters that we've been following this whole time. Fionna and Cake are their usual selves, which I like, but what I noticed with Cake in this episode, and the Winter King, is that she's really starting to get that Jake charm, where even when she's not doing anything plot relevant, she's still fun to watch. On the same level as Jake, no, but that's way too high of a standard. I'll be fair, and just say that I like the vibe. Not much to say about Fionna, so I'll quickly get into Simon's plot. Simon in episodes 5 and 6 is looking down a mirror. He runs into 2 different people who have worn or are wearing the crown and notices how much it hurts their lives. I actually really like this idea, and I sorta wish it was more clear what he was thinking during these encounters, but I'll be patient because I expect we're getting at least one more of them. Unfortunately, he finds out that Finn in this universe turned the crown to ashes like fucking Thanos, so this isn't the right place, but they do leave with a piece of the crown, which he gets from Little Destiny, who was also being harmed by it. Cool little storyline for Simon. Remember, it's not a bad episode. Still, Destiny is, like I said, my least favorite episode. The tone is off, some of the plot feels like filler, so even if it does have some redeeming qualities, I'm gonna go with about a 7 out of 10, but lighter than the other 7s I've given. I've actually given a lot of 7s, I gotta change up my game. Anyways, the gang travels to a new universe, the Scarab, who I neglected to mention this whole time, grabs onto them, they all teleport together, and I gotta admit, I love that ending. Let's get into the Winter King.
How have you done all this?
Oh, dear sweet Simon. Allow me to share that wisdom.
After 3 straight episodes of half complaining, half liking, this is an episode that's actually really good. Fionna, Cake, and Simon end up in a world that's much more magical and similar to Ooh, but it's backwards. The ice elemental, the Winter King, is civilized and lives in an actual kingdom with guards and all that. Meanwhile, the Candy Elemental is batshit insane and constantly tries to kidnap him. And yet again, one of the main focuses is Simon's relations with the Crown Wearer, who in this case actually seems to be living a great life. But in reality, he's not. Admittedly, I kind of expected the Winter King to be the twist villain after, his first scene, but the twist was actually pretty cool. The idea that the Crown Wearer is manipulative and a liar while the one who's actually cursed, being the Candy Elemental, has lost her mind, makes being the Ice King seem like a lose-lose situation. It's a painful place to put Simon in, but against all the other painful places that the writers seem to love putting him in this show, this is one of the best. I also have to mention the animation, which might be the best that we've seen so far in the show. The landscapes are really weird looking, but in a way that makes the whole place feel more alive, and during the Winter King's song, which could be mistaken for a Christmas song very easily, you get that wobbly style of animation used in AT episodes like Beyond the Grotto and Ketchup, which always looks great. To close out the main plot, there's Fionna and Cake, who spend the episode once again doing a whole lot of not much. Fionna has a romantic plot with the Winter King, which I'm happy to just skip over if that's fine with you, while Cake has a pretty fun scene of her just walking around the kingdom playing video games, and that's all I remember her doing in this whole episode. What Destiny and the Winter King truly made me realize is that, at least so far, this is not a Fionna and Cake show. This is the Simon Petrikov show. And to some extent, I'm fine with that, but it is starting to become a bit awkward. So that should be it, right? Well, no, because we still have the gay stuff to talk about. I was previously wondering how Fiona's world would be included in this show after she leaves it, and it seems that the way we're doing it is through Marshall Lee and fucking Gary. I hate that that's his name. I actually found myself enjoying this plot. What I was looking for was for it to not be a complete rehash of PB and Marceline, and it's not really, but I'm still worried that that could become a problem. For now, I'll say that they're fun together, but I couldn't give less of a shit about their actual plot with the Rick and Morty food critics. I just think it's a good dynamic. Donald Glover's voice is getting a bit too low, though. What the hell? And that's it. 2 more episodes wrapped up with 4 to go. I'd give The Winter King an 8 out of 10, making it probably my second favorite in the series. And I'll say, for the 3rd time, I am very excited. You know I'm actually invested when I'm still doing these reviews despite the fact that YouTube won't let me put end screens at the end of my videos because the trailer doesn't fit their little box or something. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. The point is I'm having a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what comes next, all that fun stuff. The next 2 up are The Star, which I already know is about vampires, and Jerry, which I don't know a single thing about, but I already like the title. That's it for Destiny, The Winter King, and that's it for me. See you next week.